All right, we're going to check out the EAA Spirit of Aviation Museum. And there's a plane already right out in front. Here's another plane, Wisconsin Air Guard, right out front of the museum. And here's the museum. The Eaa Aviation Center. Well, here is the inside of the atrium, and they have planes hanging around, real planes. Huge place. And then they also have a store.
Hi, I'm Dick Napinski. I'm Director of Communications for the Experimental Aircraft Association. And right now we're at the Eaa Aviation Center in Oshkosh, which is the home of sport aviation known throughout the entire world. The organization was started by a group of men who enjoyed building and restoring their own aircraft back in 1953. It's grown to about 190,000 members throughout the entire world. And we're probably best known for our annual convention called Eaa Airventure Oshkosh, which draws 500,000 people and 10,000 airplanes to Oshkosh in late July every year for a pure celebration of flight. And one of the big places is right here. This is our headquarters building. And you're going to see a lot of things throughout our museum and through other Pioneer Airport and other features here. But this little part right here is part of the Wisconsin Aviation Hall of Fame, which is also housed here at the Eaa Museum. You see the picture behind us, which talks about some of the early promotion of aviation in Wisconsin, and Kohler, Wisconsin, which is also home of the Whistling Straits Golf Course, where the PGA is played, and then also the plaques for the Hall of Fame inductees each year. So it's just one little facet of what goes on here at EAA throughout the entire year, and certainly during AirVenture in late July. And we're now inside the Eaa Airventure Museum here in Oshkosh, which has about 90 aircraft inside the building itself. And so as you take a look around, you'll see we have vintage aircraft, home-built aircraft, the Eagle Hangar from World War II. So they're taken into separate sections, and you can see the entire world of personal flight from its history, starting with the Wright brothers back in 1903, right up until today. So it's a place to be, a place for the entire family right here in Oshkosh. What you're looking at right now is our aerobatic and air racing gallery. The air racing of the 1930s and 40s, very popular in the nation, and of course aerobatics still popular at air shows today. And what you're looking at here is the Home Builders Gallery. Features everything from basic aircraft all the way up to Spaceship One, built from the same molds as the original, now in the Smithsonian, that was the first successful civilian spacecraft. Really shows the ingenuity and innovation of the common person when it comes to flight. Right now we're heading into the Eagle Hangar, which is a tribute to the men, women, and aircraft of the World War II era. It was added in the late 1980s, has about a dozen aircraft here, from a Mosquito bomber to a P-38 Lightning fighter to two P-51 Mustangs. Truly a place where you come and see the history and the legacy of these wartime aircraft. Where we are now is the Kid Venture Gallery. It's something for families and kids to discover more about aviation. In here, there are all kinds of things. You can fly a simulator of a hot air balloon or an ultralight. We also have a half-scale model of an F-22 Raptor, built by the same people who built the models for the Air Force. And kids can get inside of that and take a look and see what the technology is of the latest fighter jets, and some other things that fighter pilots get to go through as far as G-forces and heat and so forth on their own bodies when they're flying. What we're overlooking right now is Pioneer Airport. It's open during the summer. It's an area where people can actually fly. You'll see the grass strip here. You can fly in a vintage biplane. Kids can come and get a free Young Eagles flight if they're between the ages of 8 and 17. It's a place to experience aviation much like you did in the 1920s. And one of the big features, of course, of the Eaa Airventure Museum is the gift shop. If you're an airplane geek, everything from shirts to hats to models are all here. It's a great place to finish up your visit. And if you want to learn more about Eaa and the Airventure Museum and all that we do, just go to our website at www.eaa.org.